So we're winding down, and I'm exhausted. But I want to emphasize again, for those of you who weren't there last night, I kind of set the purpose of this event in a campus context, and I want to repeat that once again. By the way, before I do, I can't help but think once again of the figure of Roger Revelle, because he's really, in my mind, at the center of our agenda here on two scales. I mean, obviously, first, he's a pioneering scientist. He was a pioneering scientist on this campus, responsible really for the establishment of UCSD, an oceanographer who helped start the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, was its director from 1950 to I think maybe 63, 64, right? So he's a pioneer in the study of global warming, right? The study of climate change. And also, in the process of establishing the institution as well as the campus itself, he had this vision that the campus should be really a collaboratory where people across disciplines, medicine, science, social science, arts and humanities, should be collaborating together on problems that are too deep, too complex for any one discipline to tackle alone, right? So he's really a model, I think, for what we tried to do with this event. First, yes, to focus attention on energy and climate on this campus. That particular agenda was spurred wonderfully by our executive vice chancellor last year in a time of steady state, constrained budgets, thinking about how to synergize energies on our campus that have been sort of fragmented. So energy seemed to him like a really good way to go because people across the campus in their silos were working on energy and not necessarily communicating with one another. So the initiative started up last year. I actually represented the social sciences on that endeavor, and it was challenging. It was really challenging for people speaking different languages, engaging in different sorts of research to find value in each other. And there were moments when the conversation would break down, become difficult, but there were moments of true synergy, and I think that the people who served on that initiative were committed to finding those synergies and identifying them and articulating them to ourselves. This event was actually intended to be a kind of mirror to ourselves on the campus, to bring together, that's often very important to visualize to yourself what you are. We get so wrapped up in our disciplines and our publishing and our research and so forth that we forget to look outward. And this event was really intended in many ways to serve that purpose, not as a kind of an administration top-down initiative, but as a genuine faculty initiative from the bottom up. And the steering committee that, the planning committee that put this event together represented 9 disciplines from across the campus, as well as 6 divisions. And I think the breadth of support that we got across the campus, material support and support just in terms of enthusiasm, really represented that the campus wants to scale up its investment in energy research across the disciplines, and that there's a momentum underway to do that. So I think the event over the last couple of days was really successful in communicating that to ourselves, as well as communicating that to the public. There were lots of people from the community involved in all of these events. So you may know that, some of you probably there, we started off yesterday with a public lecture by Mary Robinson, who's an inspiring global leader on human rights and is really important in promulgating this idea of climate justice, that climate change and poverty are closely linked, and that the poor stand to suffer hardest and first by the fallout of climate change. And I think that theme really, wove its way through the panels today. So I'm really pleased with how that went. So we're really facing an uphill battle in many ways in terms of campus culture and in transforming a way of doing business. And I am personally very happy that the Center on Global Justice can play this role of facilitating these kinds of conversations. I can say that several people came up to me and to Jerry over the last couple of days and said that the gathering of people that were here was really unprecedented. the people who were involved in planning this and participating on the panels. The diversity of participants was truly unprecedented, particularly in the realm of energy and climate. So I'm really pleased the way everything went off. Before I stop, I just need, once again, there's so many people who contributed, but I really want to thank my staff, who are probably still out there working, for carrying this off. It was a truly monumental endeavor over many months. And Kristen Mishner especially. Are you out there, Kristen? I know that you can hear. Everybody clap for Kristen. She was the true hero of the last couple of days, and I hope she hears that, because she really deserves, she worked hard and proactively and saw things that I never would have imagined. So that was great. And just in terms of major support for the event, thanking Mary Walshack, Dean of Extension and Associate Vice Chancellor of Outreach, for substantially funding Mary Robinson's visit. Also, Kathy Constable, the interim director here at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, George Tynan, the Center for Energy Research, Suresh Subramani, and the Office of Academic Affairs, Dean Jeff Ellman in the Division of Social Sciences, and Dean Peter Cowie at the School of International Relations and Pacific Studies. I'd also like to thank Wael, where is he? Wael Al-Dalemi in the back, for just being such a champion and mobilizing communications about this event across the campus. I think we did a really good job letting people know what we were doing, and Wael is largely responsible for a lot of that energy. So thank you, Wael. And thank you to all of you for coming today. I hope it was informative for you. I hope that you can find ways, faculty that are here, students, graduate students who are here, can find ways to continue the energy that you experienced here today, the sort of synergies, the interdisciplinary synergies on these panels, carry it back into your divisions, carry it back into your classrooms, and let people know that there's real interest on this campus in working on these issues. The campus is at a point right now where it's trying to think creatively and synergistically about current strengths. We can't do a lot of hiring right now. We just can't. That's where the university is at. But what we need to do is we need to mobilize what we've got. And oftentimes that's done by connecting dots that are fragmented. So we have a real opportunity to do that. So thank you all, and have a good night.